So are we getting out of here, right, guys? Right? I'm already kind of trotting, flying away on my mount.
Are you done being attacked by giant worms from the ground? If so, yes, I reckon.
They're still on the claws on my mantis. What are they doing? Are they trying to burrow into the claw?
No, most of them are just wriggling. They're trying to get to the ground. But of course, mantises kind of have spikes up and down their arms.
Yeah.
So a couple of them are impaled and they're unable to do so.
I don't want to bring them back to the hollow. I like to shake them off, but I don't want to keep them alive.
Have your mount. Well, no, don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't eat it.
I mean, I could.
You shouldn't. Remember what
Please
that
do
goblin
not
said
eat
happened to the other goblins?
My man
No.
is gonna eat the worms.
Okay. I needed to make me a stamina check.
Fry them up first, like.
I need it to make me a stamina check at Does it have a weird stat?
No.
But all Fey creatures had a weird stat.
Well, I'm looking at the little blurb here. It doesn't list weird. I mean, if you want to give it 1, whatever. Or the Fey mount rating, I don't know.
What's its stamina?
5.
All right. It's gonna take it at a -2.
3. 1 success.
All right. Nothing happens that you can tell for now.
Well, yeah, just, get rid of them. Kill them all. Eat.
It begins to clean and eat these things. It does not seem to be enjoying the taste.
Well, they don't look very good. But they're better dead than alive, I'd say. So have we discovered what we wanted to discover here?
I don't know if wanted to discover is the word, but I do believe we have an avenue forward. Clearly the worms are infecting the goblin fruit.
Yes, and they can dig and barrel anywhere. That includes our hollow.
So Leon, you tend your own garden.
Yes,
Do you have, like you mentioned?
I have not seen these worms yet, although the edges of the hollow are creeping in with this rot. It's a lot of work to keep it chopped back, to burn its back occasionally, but... Well, I'm only one person. I do what I can to keep it back, but I lose ground every day. Which is why I shall now be returning, as I wish to prepare perhaps a pesticide. Whether or not it'll work, I have no idea.
I'll help you with that, since I got these little guys. And she holds up the jar with like 3 in there, so I'll help you create something, because I don't want that at home.
Well, I would rather not specifically bring these worms in if they are causing the sickness.
No, not inside, of course. I'll do this at a safe space.
Stand outside.
Safe space, quarantine.
But yes, I suspect mundane implements will not work, but if a contract is invoked, and the Fae is invoked as well, perhaps it may be more effective. It's a working hypothesis, but if a bullet works, chemical should work too.
guess.
I have no proof, but I'm going to try.
I don't know enough about bullets or chemicals to argue that point.
No. Either way, we should get a move on before any more worms come burrowing out of the dirt and stab someone in the foot. I shall recommend steel-toe boots for the next expedition.
Yeah.
So you're heading directly towards your hollow?
That's the plan, yeah.
You're able to find the trod that leads you in that direction. It'd be fairly smooth walking from here on out. The hodgepodge of the hedge that you pass. Some segments look normal, other segments, these black vines. But this is a relatively hidden and narrow trod, mostly just used by you. You get there within what you would say minutes.
Likely has not been minutes, but I go in.
Yeah.
And I invite any of the other two in if they choose to follow. But
Yeah.
please leave the worms on a stump outside or something.
I'm leaving it. I'm gonna go back to leave them outside, go to my little workshop and try to concoct something real quick.
All right, as you begin to do that, let us switch back to Sonya and Jimmy. You have now left the grocery store, or the box store, I should say. You've arrived home, put away the groceries, and that's where we'll pick back up with you.
Well, that was an adventure.
Want to share something? Seems like you've got something on your mind, you know.
Well, I don't really want to share. But can I ask you something?
Yeah, of course.
How did you cope when we all came back in here and you found out that everybody that you knew has moved on? How did you cope?
This helps. Not very well otherwise.
Well, I think I saw someone who was very dear to me in another lifetime. I just didn't think I would see him anytime soon. I don't know what became of his life after me. And I haven't actively gone out to search for him. I guess fate had other plans.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's got a nasty habit of ruining things, so I'm sorry.
That's not your fault.
Well, I'm an ocean away from what I knew. Don't be running into anyone anytime soon. It's be tough, like a life that you never knew that they didn't know.
That's why time is just it's so weird. Time, it felt like ages, forever. And now being back here, this is my hometown, being back here, as if things are different but not different. Everything's the same, and yet a few faces have aged, but not many. And I think that's why sometimes I dread walking out the door and seeing somebody that I once knew, but they don't know me anymore. So that's why I'm constantly wondering, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
But
Well,
anyway, moving on, before I start massively cleaning, the fridge was once empty, and now it looks like I need to rearrange the inside.
right, I'll tell you what. There's a couple of places that I found. It may be your hometown, but there's a couple of places where they don't do a half bad drink. And not that I recommend it as a crutch, but sometimes it's just, times when you want a drink, and there's just those times when you need one.
I've heard it takes the edge off.
So what say you? We go and grab a cheeky one early afternoon.
What was that saying? A lot of people say, it's 4 o'clock somewhere.
It's always 4 o'clock somewhere in the world, yeah.
Well, yeah, why not? I'm feeling extra adventurous at the moment, even after all of that.
You confronted your own demons today. I am not going to pry. If you want to tell me, you tell me, but you don't have to. But you did well, and for that, a little bit of a celebration's in order. Let's go.
And I kind of do a hop and a skip forward.
What's the name of the bar you're taking her to? Midday.
Well, it'll be the same place that I was playing last time.
Alright. Not the usual bartenders there, but you don't really expect him to be either. They're generally doing like a lunch rush type deal. Place isn't necessarily just a bar, it's also a little bit of a restaurant. But you can still sit up at the bar.
Yeah, absolutely. Going for the liquid lunch option here. Yes.
This bartender, you vaguely remember his name being Frederick, Freddy, something like that. Big burly dude. And one of those goatees that looks more biker than anything else. He walks up. So what will you two be having?
Well, I will take whatever you've got. I'll take whatever you got on tap, and my friend here will have.
I will take a Shirley Temple.
He chuckles.
With extra cherries.
He chuckles and goes, alright. Comes back a few moments later. Pops a thing of beer down in front of you, Jimmy, from the tap. Pops down the Shirley Temple in front of Sonya. And that's when he looks at you. Looks at you real close, Jimmy. You look familiar.
I get there sometimes.
Nah,
Just
not one of those
best.
familiars. I'm gonna make a roll for it. Ed and intelligence. No modifiers. He points at you again. Yeah, I know you. Man. What was that? What was it called? What was it called? Junction.
I've had that one before.
You sure? I mean, Nah, he'd be in his 50s now, and isn't he? Yeah, he owns that record label now.
No, I've heard of them. Like I say, I've had the comparison in the past before now. But no, what's the? Sounds like you've sort of tracked him a bit. Like I say, I heard a couple of songs when I was a bit younger, but
He's like, I mean, I haven't really tracked him. He was part of a grunge band from across the sea there. You can see he's obviously trying to remember. But something happened early 90s, not entirely sure what happened. But I think he owns a record label now.
he's done all right, then, isn't he?
I think my memory might be a little bit foggy, but I think he like found Taylor Swift or something like that.
Ah, right. A little bit of Jimmy has just died.
Taylor Swift, isn't she the one that does country music?
Like a while ago. I mean, she kind of, I guess she was country a little bit, and then started converting her songs into like pop, and then just went full pop, right? I don't really listen to Taylor. Not really my style. The Junction, though, they were pretty good.
Yeah. So I heard. Like I say, I've had the comparison before. Mine, first time over here though.
Well, he kind of smirks and he says, "Jimmy, just let me know when you need another one." And he pats the table and walks away. He doesn't. You can tell he's just saying the Junction singer's name. He doesn't really know your name.
Right.
And I kind of lean forward. That right there. How do you deal with that? You were so smooth. I just freeze and start cleaning.
I nearly just threw up.
Oh.
You get used to it. You go on stage so many times, you play in front of big crowds. You learn how to keep it all bottled up. You never get used to that one though. It's always worried that someone, after 12, well, I suppose when it happened, I would have probably given a testicle to have somebody recognise me, but now it's my heart skips a beat. I think it's all over and something else is going to happen and it's all going to go south. Anyway, here's to new beginnings and better ends. Something my dad used to say that.
Well, may the past stay there and to new horizons.
Exactly. And with that, Jimmy's probably thrown back half of his drink just like to stop the slight shaking.
I have not. So I hope everyone else is okay in the hedge. I know not well, I guess Leon has quite a bit of experience in there. He goes there frequently, but the other two, not so much.
Leon's there. I'm sure he'll look out for him if something happens, and he knows it better than we do. It'll be fun.
Well, I go there almost daily, but that's just me.
Speaking of the hedge and everything, who was the last one to enter the hollow?
I mean, I'm probably first in, so...
If,
I would say probably me, because I put the jar outside.
Yeah.
And I ran back inside to go get my stuff. I'm probably still outside.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
No.
You can choose not to see it.
No.
You just dramatically fail. Get the XP.
No. Perception. This sucks. Freaking doing all this stuff and stuff. At least I got 3.
All right, so let me make my opposed check here.
Why?
It would be that. Plus, okay, yep. Alt.
I am not in the mood for this.
All right.
Why?
As you get ready to take a step forward, your eyes catch it, just for a moment. But you do catch it. It's a snare. A carefully laid trap.
What, like right in front of me, or like...
Right where you were gonna put your foot down.
I'm sick of this. Okay. I'm going to back up and take a look around. And, I can't see him. Or whatever this is. Alright, I'm not in the mood. Alright, so, what am I gonna do? This is gonna take time. Ride the falling leaves. Screw this. I'm gonna just leaf myself back into the house.
So you're heading
gonna...
back into the apartment?
I mean, into the hollow.
Okay.
The hollow. And warn everybody. I'm just gonna, ride the falling leaves, change it to literally leaves and wind, and just get inside the house.
Autumn leaves begin to blow into your hollow, Leon.
Have they seen this before?
So need for that dramatic of an entrance.
As I reappear, we have an unwanted guest that's found our home.
Leaves. Why?
I snatch my leaf from him.
We already get the worms. We're working on dealing with
The
them.
hunter is here. The hunter is here. There's traps outside our house.
When isn't he here?
Laying traps outside of our house?
He's a
This is the
coward.
first.
He hasn't made a move yet.
Okay, quit acting cool. This is serious.
Trap? Does
Well,
it
if you're-
count as a move?
We'll see. I haven't seen the trap. If you're if he's here, should have a few spare weapons laying around. If not, we can fashion something together real quickly. At least arm yourself.
I'm gonna summon my Fae again. It might take a minute. And just let him be defensive on the hollow. Just like fly up around it, like above the house. I mean, tree, whatever this is.
I mean, it's a lot of open field considering we're growing crops.
So, how long are you going to prepare for the worst?
Well, I am going to initially drag the other two, even if they're not willing. They are following to get a weapon, because action economy, damn you. I don't care if you're rolling with 2 dice.
Oh no, I happily take weapons until I can get my own.
All right, what do you want? What do you want? A sword, a gun, a rock? I don't know. Like, what do you prefer?
Is that a rock?
What's your preference?
Give me a gun.
Okay. Can I argue either have a spare gun laying around, or shall I?
Technically, you have a
jury-
pistol on your character sheet that you could hand over.
I could, yeah, but
That's my pistol.
I do have 2 in weaponry, so whatever you got may
she'll
work.
hand my revolver over. That's fine.
Thank you.
You know how to use it, I hope.
She has
Oh,
weaponry,
yeah.
not firearm.
Oh wait, you got a sword, a spear, a staff. Let's do that. You got a staff.
I have the knife that he gave me. Do you want that?
Yeah, I'll take that. I need my powers. Dang it. Yeah, I'll take the knife. You take the revolver.
Oh, be careful. It's kind of sharp and burny. So.
Yeah, pointy end goes into other person. Got it.
Yeah. All right. Well, if our guest wishes to breach the building, the hollow, I believe I know.
While you're looking this up, 20 minutes pass by. 30. 40.
Good time. I'm gonna start casting my storm spell again.
50.
Well, I mean,
1 hour.
give me a second. Jeez. Doesn't take that long to walk over and hand him a revolver. But
I'm saying while you're doing this is the amount of time that's happening after that. I'm waiting for somebody to stop me. Hour and 10.
What are we stopping you with?
You guys have been waiting an hour and 10. An hour and 20.
I'm doing another action. Stop counting.
An hour and 30.
I am
There's a
using
storm above the house now. I control it. I'm defensive.
I am using the Tetterdom Millions workshop to basically do a fancy jury rig action. I want to make an anti-worm pesticide. I don't remember what the fancy scientific term for anti-worm medication is, but
Oop. I'll be right back.
Aren't you a nurse? Shouldn't you know?
how many times do you go into? How common do you think worm parasitic infections are on a med surge floor? I'm not seeing that. I don't know what that is.
I used a product called Frontline on my dogs, if that means anything.
I don't think it does. Here, hold on, I can look it up.
But
Okay.
so I'm gonna say after about an hour and 30, you realize there's no huntsman coming.
Yeah, he's a coward. I didn't expect him to. But alright, so jury rig action. Making like a pesticide medicine, what would be my dice pool here?
That's gonna definitely be intelligence and medicine.
Man, I can't argue crafts. Unfortunate. Alright.
You're like, it does make sense that it would be under medicine.
Yeah.
Can I assist them? Even though I only have 1 in medicine, I got some occult. This is a weird beast.
Well, actually, I don't really think it even matters if I fail.
What?
Because failing a jury rig action still means you build it, but you just get
Fragile.
Yeah, fragile, volatile, but you get that
okay, then.
anyways, usually.
So give me the roll.
Okay, boss.
Yes, I mean, you have some pesticide.
Okay, this is good. This is good.
So, you had stepped away. It's been about an hour and 30 minutes. No huntsmen's come. Leon has just been quietly crafting some pesticide.
I'm gonna take a peek on outside. What do I see? Anything?
Nothing.
Anyone? Nothing.
No, nothing.
Freaking hunter jerk.
Maybe Maybe we should get rid of that trap that's there? When I go get a
I'll do a gust of wind just to trigger the trap.
I'm gonna do a stick and put that in the
Roll me
whichever
a
goes
perception.
first.
Roll me a perception check, Francis. You haven't seen this
Alright,
trap.
I have not seen it.
Oh no.
Wait, Hosea. 2 successes.
Obviously, I would assume Hemlock would point it out to you.
Yes.
There's no trap there.
What?
There's a rummage around with a stick. There's nothing. Nothing.
There was a trap there. You're just not seeing it. I look back at the same spot.
Oh.
Is there a trap?
I'm not seeing it because it's not here.
His words ring a very, very echoey truth.
I wouldn't think too much about it. Our little hunter friend probably said it, realized it didn't catch anyone, and has already taken it down, as it has already been spotted and determined. But watch where you put your feet, as clearly he's employing traps instead of fighting us like a man.
Larkspur is just like steaming with anger right now, and the storm above us is like rolling in like horrible thunder.
However,
Let's find some worms.
I need you to roll me something, Hemlock.
Okay.
Roll me 1 die.
1 die.
One die.
Are you trying to clarity damage her?
Hey, are you trying to fear
Oh.
me? I am fear.
No, Gandhi is correct here. This would be a clarity roll.
And I failed.
You are shaken, but take no clarity damage.
I am what? I disbelieve this. I am not shaken. You dare play with my mind, with my mad? Excuse me, sir. I am offended. She's just shaking her head in anger, and you kind of see Squinks, her little pet, just like hiding behind the building as the thunder just keeps roaring louder.
Alright, where'd you leave the worms? We could at least try it on a small, controlled group.
She points at the little mason jar sitting on a stump, just eyeballing the landscape just angrily.
So, speaking of these worms, you said
Worms.
you had put 3 in the jar, correct?
Yeah.
Leon, by the time you get over, there's 1 worm.
Is the glass broken?
No, there's no broken glass. However, this 1 worm seems to be about 3 times the size as it was.
Well, I don't see this. Never mind.
Okay, so they cannibalize each other. Interesting information to know. I open the jar and I spray pesticide. He's gonna gas a little.
Dump the whole bottle on there.
Don't forget to close the jar.
Make them drown in it.
Is there any reaction from this worm? What kind of worm is it? Is it a round worm, like a flat worm? I'm asking questions that don't matter, but
It almost looks like... I'm not sure if you've ever seen mosquito larvae. That's
not off the top of my head, but it's probably a round worm then.
It's got like a black head. It's segmented.
Yeah, a round worm. Not a flat worm. Okay.
Doesn't even seem to flinch. It just seems to be floating around in the solution.
Well, this is either not potent enough, It's probably not potent enough.
And then I'm actually going to make a check here.
That's worrying.
I'm going to do strength plus is athletics. Excellent. You see it, and then as you watch it, it begins to drink this concoction and bloat itself. And to the point where it's just worm in a jar. Like literally it has filled the entire jar with itself.
Well, I've had enough of this. Set the jar down. Pump the shotgun.
No, don't. I run to stop him.
Stand back.
No, I am going to try to snatch that gun away from him. No.
You're gonna snatch the gun. Please roll me dexterity plus athletics.
If you shoot it, it's going to explode and make more. He said dex plus athletics.
Minus defense, probably?
No, actually, contested action, strength. Strength plus athletics for you, Leon.
Please do not grab guns while people are trying to fire them.
The defender in this case is Leon, so he maintains control of his gun. However, your hands are on the gun and you're actively tugging at the gun.
Don't.
See, this is why we need gun safety classes for the rest of the courts.
You're a winter court, right? So keep your cool. Quit trying to shoot everything.
Winter.
Not winter.
What are you? Summer. Stop being a hothead. You can't blow it up. You saw what happened last time. More will come. Do you want that here?
There are only 3.
Three that became one, and one giant one became many.
Yeah, okay. But look, if there were 3 in there, now there's 1, that either means 2 of them were eaten, or 2 of them were just kind of merged. So at the most, theoretically, we should only get 3, or 2 emerging. This is a test to see how fast they multiplied.
A test in a non-safety area. If they get away and you have no type of aim, which has been proven back there,
what do you mean?
they could hard live here.
Alright, I'm ripping the gun back out of her hands, and I'm firing.
Can I get a composure roll?
I am. What am I? What can I throw at you?
Flat composure.
Oh, that's not very good.
Not good. Oh!
Get out of here.
Don't shoot them. Don't shoot them. Don't shoot them.
The rage inside of you, you're able to keep a lid on it, but you were very close to turning that shotgun on her.
I would like to see you try.
Very well. I shall not use the shotgun. Now let go of the gun before you accidentally discharge it in your flimsying grapple.
Fine. There's enough to get you some sense. If you're gonna do that, do it somewhere else.
Give me a second. Gotta plug my headset in.
There was once one that became many. Don't do that here.
Francis, what's going on inside your head as you watch this exchange?
Why are you wrestling with the shotgun? Don't do that. I have no training in firearms, but I know you don't, wrestle with shotgun.
Okay, so I would like to use a contract.
Oh.
On a worm?
They're gonna come to blows. I'm gonna try and get between them. Please don't come to blows.
On a worm. They can't speak.
Yeah, I'm just using... That's just what they're called. Our abilities are called contracts.
He's casting a spell.
Okay, here we go.
This is science.
I still have
Science.
a storm above us. I still have a storm above us.
Science rules.
So I'd like to cast Helios's Judgment.
Oh, jeez.
What does that do?
It's my the sunbeam lightning bolt. Yeah. So let me Dex Athletics plus Mantle. Oh. Should probably mark my glamour so I actually know how much I have. I cannot select mantle.
Yeah, that would just be a multiplier at the end.
I'm just gonna put it as a contract so I can click the button and be cool.
There you go.
5 successes.
Yes.
What do you get for exceptional?
The beam also inflicts the knockdown tilt on a successful hit. Not that I don't think it'll matter.
It's a worm in a jar.
It's a worm in a jar. It's not
so-
good.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna delete this.
However, you deal what, 5 points of lethal damage?
No. That just means I have the weapon.
Well, he's
So
now
it
holding a lightning spear.
Watch this thing explode into more. I'm still shaking my head, unimpressed. We're gonna have these things freaking everywhere.
Well, if he's that determined to destroy them, maybe let's put them over there.
I didn't do it right in front of the door.
Well, I know, but I mean, before you throw that or stab it or poke it, let's just pick this up and put it way over yonder.
And he begins to move down the trod. Let's leave this group for a little bit. Check back in with Jimmy and Sonya.
So, where are we now?
That's time before.
Not really.
So we're still at the bar, is that right?
Yes.
Well,
I rather enjoyed the onion rings. Other places make them too greasy. This place made them pretty good.
yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's yeah, it's not bad, to be honest. I tend not to tends to be more the liquid lunch when I come here. That's I play here sometimes, just a bit of ambient stuff, nothing too nothing like what I used to do.
You play here?
Yeah, every now and again. It's just pretty simple stuff, just a bit of ambient live music. Nothing too loud and crunchy the way we used. Like I say, nothing like the way. And having a look around, make sure that Freddy isn't in earshot. Nothing like we used to play the stuff that Matey Boy was talking about earlier.
I see. Is that the type of music you'll be playing tonight?
No. It doesn't work so well on your own. No. One man and a guitar, you need everything behind it. You need the drums, you need the bass. Brings it all together. And besides, people tend to come out for go those kind of things for a bit of light-hearted entertainment, and they don't want
Our
to
hearts and our hearts are anything but light.
Well, yeah, I think it probably fits better with who I am now. But when we started out, it was angry and dysfunctional, disappointed. Now I try and stay away from that. Well, you know all too well, we live that.
That's true. Well, I'm warm, but still functional. We can go ahead and walk around because I think that club should be opening in the next few hours. But yeah, I think we could walk around. The plaza's pretty nice. If you like that sort of thing, you know, sunshine, children laughing, people being merry.
Why not? Nice to see it, even if we're living in a perpetual terror that one day something will come crawling back out from where we came and drag us out the back, kicking or screaming, and put us to a miserable end. Let's enjoy other people's happiness while we can.
So as you flag Freddy down to pay the tab, comes over and he's like, "So you ready to leave then?"
Yeah, just settle up and and can you buy you a drink as well, mate?
Actually, I kind of had something else in mind, if you don't mind. It might be a little weird, me asking.
No, go right ahead. Go ahead.
I was actually a fan of the Junction. And that night they called off the tour. The night that the band broke up. I actually had backstage passes to that ill-fated show.
Oh, right.
I
don't know anything about history there.
And, you know, you do look a lot like Jimmy. Would you mind taking a picture with me? I know you ain't Jimmy, but you look so much like him. You'd be kind of fulfilling a dream of mine.
At this point, I would like to, just out of interest, what colour eyes does Sonya have?
Just brown.
All right. I'm going to indicate I need you to pass me something now. To anything, just like hold, like really surreptitiously, just hold out his hand and just, it doesn't matter what it. Just
I hold out a pen.
take it, pocket it, and when we take that photo, I want to have brown eyes.
I'm assuming that's a loophole for a contract?
It is, yeah. You've got to have one of your possessions, and it allows me to. I'm only using part of it. Usually, you take on the whole appearance, but I just want to make eyes pop a different color, so anyone who knows the real Jimmy would look at that photo and go, "Nah, that guy's actually got brown eyes." That's.
All right. The photo gets taken. He's like, "Thanks. Don't worry about the tab, and you did enough for me there."
No, it's all fair. Like, it's just a photo of maybe.
Well, thank you.
Something you missed out, but yeah. Anyway, no thanks. Appreciate it.
And with that, you leave the club. Or the bar, I should say.
Right.
Wow, your band must have been really good. That guy even had backstage passes.
Oh, that was after I left, and at this point, I am going to go. Jimmy is going to go down a side street, and it's like nothing to do with the trick. I promise you. And
Give me a stamina check. Or actually, no, give me composure. I feel like this is more composure here.
yeah, just hands on his knees, just breathing. And it's like, I'm alright.
Oh, I've seen this before. And I kind of just full body hug. Really tight. Just breathe. In and out.
I know.
I get these all the time.
Trust me, it's not like your college students. Don't worry about that.
It's pretty bad. Well, if you're not up to play tonight, it's totally fine. You've already done a lot for me.
No. I'll play. It's takes my mind off it, you know. Can lose myself a little bit, but
all right.
it's those moments of like, when he said I wouldn't have taken that photo, it's who else is going to see that? Who's going to Who's he going to show that off to and say, hey, look who I ran into? Wouldn't believe it wasn't. Well, apparently you would. And thanks for the pen. It's I know it's not much, but it means that I could. Anyone who pays real attention to that photo will notice there's something slightly wrong. At least compared to who they think Jimmy Carstigan was.
Well, the interesting tricks that we can do now.
Hide in plain sight, you know.
Well, you did good. And as stated, it was a past life, but you must have really... People must have really loved your music and whatever you create now, I'm sure. Even if it's a different crowd.
I can only hope. We'll see. Like I say, the success. I missed out on that.
I don't think you've missed out on. You missed out on one opportunity, but this is a new life, right?
Exactly, yeah. Anyway, onwards and upwards.
Forward to new horizons. Which apparently is at the plaza with merry people being happy and whatnot.
Happy, fun. Let's go.
Hopefully everyone else is having as much fun as we are.
And thank you. I don't think since getting back many people have had my back like that. Just being there, it helps.
Yeah, well, when I have my really bad days, surprisingly, I like not being here. I like being back there. It's scary, but it's something that we know. Trying to know.
Yeah. We don't belong in this world and we don't belong out of it.
Yeah. But hopefully the rest of the group is okay. I don't think they have the same viewpoint as we do.
Like I say, let's go and see all the
ruckus.
shiny happy people.
All right. Well, you guys spend some time in the plaza. We're gonna fast forward a little bit because I want to get to the open mic. Jimmy.
Yeah.
Give me something expression. Not sure what yet. Presence plus expression for your performance.
Absolutely. And
if you have any specialties, apply them now.
I've got a specialty. Yeah, I'm going to use this. I would like to harvest while I can as well.
Okay.
Two.
All right. Harvesting emotion. That's what, 2 glamour back as well?
Yeah. Which, I'm back it up.
Okay. You get applause, and afterwards, a man, probably in his late 40s, comes up to you. He's not exceedingly well dressed. He has a blazer, looks like maybe a 3-piece suit, but no tie, and the undershirt unbuttoned. He goes, "You were pretty good. What's your name?"
Michael.
Michael. Well, Michael, I'm always looking for more talent. I can get your name to some members in the biz. Just give me a call. And he hands you his business card.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. Like, just small-time stuff, at the moment, but...
We could change that. I could literally get you to meet anybody you wanted to.
Yeah, no offense, but I've heard this chat before. It's great now, and I know full well that you mean it, but let's see what you think in a couple of days. I've learned not to get my hopes up too much,
Don't lose that card. Be a shame if you did.
I'll hold it up, just acknowledging it, and I will make a point of putting it in the like the kind of cards, credit card sleeve of my wallet, just so it's there for safekeeping.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and go back over to our trio.
Well, the worm in the jar has been placed further away.
Yes.
Like this. And considering the person that wants to stop me is not here right now, I'm
You're striking this down, lightning stake style?
I'm throwing it. I don't really want to be near the worm.
Okay.
Just in case it explodes into pesticide mist, and that's probably not good for my lungs. But yeah, I don't know what dice pool thrown weapons use on this sheet, so I'm just gonna click the button.
It's gonna be I believe it's strength plus athletics or dex plus athletics.
I think Dex.
However,
I missed.
no, you're not gonna miss a freaking jar sitting on a tree stump.
Even if I did miss, it comes right back to my hand at the end of the turn, and I throw it again.
How much damage do you deal? How much? What's its damage rating? There we go. That's
it's equal to my mantle, so 3.
So you're gonna deal 4 points of damage. This jar shatters. The electricity goes straight through this thing, singeing. You smell burning flesh. And it explodes. It doesn't explode into like a mist like last time. It more like a water balloon. And 3 of the worms leak out of it.
So that either means it reproduced quickly, or we cannot kill them. I shoot another worm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you gonna keep going?
Yes. I aim at another worm before it burrows to see if it explodes into another worm.
As this gigantic spear of sunlight essentially strikes this worm, by the time it returns to your hand, you don't see anything there. And the other 2 worms have burrowed into the ground. You just see the last little bits of their tails go into the ground.
Inconclusive evidence.
Kind of what happens when you throw a huge spear of sunlight at maybe a worm that's like this big.
Yeah, well,
No AoE.
I'm kind of...
The circumference of that...
3 targets I should have AoE'd. Oh, God. Well, is dealt with. I have found that this pesticide either was ineffective or was not potent enough.
Was that like a normal pesticide, or is that like a fancy, weird one?
Well, it was constructed through the aid of, the weird, the Hedge, the contracts, Arcadia, all that. But whether or not it truly counted, I don't know.
So what are you gonna do now? You lost your specimens.
Well, I can go find another fruit, which appears to contain many worms. But, we need to come up with a way to contain them so that they cannot simply burrow into the ground.
A larger mason jar.
Yes, but how? We're going to need a way to scoop them, Like, I'm thinking perhaps. Is a shovel the best way? Or.
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Changeling the Lost 2nd Edition. Once more into the Hedge, part of the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology. Written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. And as always, comments are welcomed. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, how do you find the lost beauty in the agony of this life?